Hey, Tom, a two-part question about Byron.
Yep.
Um, Number one, now that you've had a full season with him, what
Yep.
would you say is the biggest benefit that he has provided you this season? I mean, you've had zillions of seasons with offensive coordinators. What has Byron done for you? And
Well,
and the second part, 15 years ago, you went head to head with him in a playoff game, and now a guy 2.5 years younger than you is coaching you. I mean, that's pretty bizarre.
yeah, he's Byron has a great presence about him. He's a, former quarterback. So I think so much of how he sees the game is through the eyes of the quarterback and, puts himself in that position that, okay, how would I like this done if I was under center? And got a great understanding of the game, got a great work ethic, has great command and presence. And he's a great coach. So I love working with him. He's done a great job with our offense, does a great job calling the game, has a really instinctive feel for how, the flow of the game, who needs to get into the game. So it's been a real pleasure working with him. I love our time together. We talk football all day. He's kind of a gym rat like I am too. So we talk about other sports, he loves golf, basketball. So we're not talking football, we're talking other sports. So it's pretty cool. And then the fact that, we've known each other a long time and always watched him from afar, when he was at Jacksonville, played against them. He went to the Steelers for a little bit and then got into coaching. And he's really done an amazing job in his coaching career.
We'll go over to Trent Gamble with The Independent.
Hi, Tom. It's a real honor to speak to you, man. I hope your family are well, and congratulations on making it to another Super Bowl.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Gronk was asked the other day about this, but could you put into words sort of how it feels knowing that so many New England fans are behind you, despite you guys moving to Tampa?
It's been obviously anytime you change teams, you don't know how it's going to go, but I think there's been incredible support that I've had from, all the, for the team I used to play for, all the New England fans. And, I still obviously have a great affection for New England. And, I said the other day, my kids were born in Boston. So, I have a lot of love for Boston and all of New England and the incredible support over the years. Again, it was an amazing 2 decades of my life. And, I'll always have a presence there. I have a lot of friends there. It's just really cool to be able to, have that experience in my life. And then again, have my football journey take me to somewhere else. And then, come down here and play for a different team, but still have incredible support. And even, all the guys I used to play with in New England, I have a lot of friends. I've heard from so many of my teammates, so many of my old coaches that, are wishing me luck. So it's been really cool.
All right, we'll go over to Teresa Walker with the Associated Press.
Tom, the Pro Football Hall of Fame announcement is going to be coming Saturday night. Peyton is kind of expected to be in that class as a first ballot. How has he helped maybe revolutionize the quarterback position in the NFL?
Well, Peyton was someone that I always just admired as a quarterback, as the leader of a team. And Peyton and I are right around the same age. He's a few years older than me, but I always looked up to Peyton because he was a little older than me and he was always doing things the right way. His team was always in it. I know our teams had a rivalry against one another, but when you went against a Peyton Manning led team, you were going against essentially the other best team in the league. And it's no real surprise that, he'd be a first ballot Hall of Famer. An amazing player. He took so much on. I think I think great quarterback, there's a lot of responsibility that you take on. You want to make sure, everything's a reflection of how you see the game and you want to make sure everyone's on the same page. And when everyone's seeing it through the same set of eyes, it's a great way to play football. And, working with the coaching staff, because ultimately you're the player on the field, there's no perfect play that can always be called for every, defense, and the quarterback, they have to, the coaches have to trust the quarterback to get it right. And I think a guy like Peyton, the coaches, when I think of Coach Moore and Coach Clyde that were here working with Peyton, Coach Dungy, they had so much trust in Peyton to get things right. And he always did. So then he went on to Denver, had a great career there. And, I had a chance to know him for I don't know, a long time, 20 plus years. And nothing surprises me about him and his accomplishments. He's a tremendous player. We always keep in touch. He's always wishing me well wishes and so forth. And, really happy for him.
We're going to go over to Anthony Curti from ESPN Brazil.
Hi, Tom. Congratulations on being your 10th Super Bowl. Just a quick question. Most of the people just see the rings and can see how mentally strong you have to be so you can achieve the greatest status you have. Is there any turning moment in your career, like when a superhero gets his powers, that you saw something clicking and you thought, no, I'm a different person, perhaps the final drive of Super Bowl 36, I don't know. And a quick follow-up, could you say hi to your many, many fans in Brazil? I don't know how many Portuguese words you know and can say, but they will be so happy.
My Portuguese, let me say this. My son, who's 10, his Portuguese is amazing. My 8-year-old daughter is fluent in Portuguese, and unfortunately, their dad is way behind in his understanding of how to speak the language. But I can usually understand a lot of things. My wife will say "Papai no sabe nada," which means Daddy doesn't know anything. I usually get that a lot in the house. So, I know when they're speaking Portuguese, kind of what they're saying, even if they're, taking shots at their dad. So they're very, sometimes when I do use my Portuguese words, my daughter will be like, Daddy, you spoke Portuguese, which is pretty great. So she's very fluent. And then as far as, I think my, I would say becoming an NFL player and then transitioning to a starter and then someone who was, kind of a QB1. I think that happened over a period of time. And I started in college. I went to a big college. There was a lot of expectation at that big college, and got to the pros and wanted to be a consistent, dependable player. And I think every year just tried to improve my game a little bit, and gonna have to keep improving it. And as long as I'm playing, I want to improve and get better. And I think next year is going to be a lot better than this year. I feel like I'll be in a much better place mentally. I'm going to train a lot better this year. Physically, next year I'll be in a better place. So I know as soon as this game ends, we're on the next season. So, we'll get ready for this season and then start thinking about next year.